Hello everyone, in this video I am going to discuss one more type of problem in constructing of a Turing machine. Okay, that is obtain a Turing machine for the given language, that is L is equal to W such that W is even and sigma is what A comma B. Okay. From the language itself you come to know that the given language is a regular language. So whenever the language is what a regular and the machine is what finite automata. I think you know how to construct DFA for the given language. So to accept even number of strings and the sigma is what A comma B. So if you want to accept even number of strings, so in that case you are going to have two states. So one is start state, another is what accepting state. If you want to accept even number of even count, if you want even count, so make start state as what accepting state. Suppose if I want odd count, again I will going to have two states, but we have to make so this second state as what accepting state. For the even count we have to make first state as what accepting state. For odd count we have to make second state as what accepting state. So and here I have to write A comma B and A comma B. So this is the way in which you will going to design finite automata or DFA for a regular language. And so in this video we will see how to design a Turing machine for the given regular language. Okay. So first we have to understand the logic. The logic is what simple. So whenever we speak about Turing machine, okay, whenever we speak about Turing machine, so we are going to have what infinitive. So we are going to consider what infinitive. Okay. So except for the finite length, remaining all spaces are filled with what blank spaces. Okay. So with this one is what our finite length, except this finite length all the remaining spaces or cells is filled with blank spaces, that is denoted by what B slash. Okay. So within this finite length we are going to take our input. So assume the input is A, B, A, B. So now this input is what A1 count. Okay. So now how to write that logic? So you know there will be what on rewrite. So we'll take that one as what Q. So Q naught is what our start state. So Q naught upon A. So Q naught upon A, it will take a transition to what Q1. So now upon reading what A, it will not going to make any change for what A. So it will directly go to what next state what Q1. Next Q1 upon B. So Q1 upon B also it will read what B and it will not going to replace that one with any other special symbol. It will retain that one as it is and it will start moving to what next state. That next state means again it will connect back to what Q naught. Okay, so again same thing, Q naught upon A, so again it will come toward Q1. So Q1 upon B, again it will come back toward Q naught. Okay, just observe now. So I am just changing what two states. I am using what only two states, one is Q naught, another one is what Q1. I am just reading the input and I am going to maintain that one as it is and I will start moving in the right hand side. Okay, for regular language usually we will move only in the right hand side. So once the string is what over, if you are in the Q naught, okay, how will come to know the string is what over? Whenever we encounter what blank space, whenever we get a blank space within our infinite tape, we will come to know that the string is what over. Once the string is what over, and if you are in the Q naught, state Q naught, and whatever the string that is what given, that is what even length. Okay, suppose I will go with what one more string. I will consider what one more string. So you observe this particular string. So Q naught upon A, it will go toward Q1. Okay, Q1 upon B, it will go toward Q naught. Again Q naught upon A, it will go toward Q1. So just I am interchanging what state. Start from what Q naught, upon reading some input, it may be either A or what B, just change the state. Okay, again what same thing, read what input, you maintain that one as it is, change that state. Read the input, just change the state. Once the string is what over, once you get a blank space, and if you are in a state what Q1 and whatever the string that is what given, that is of length odd. Just check here. What is the length here? 3. 3 means odd. Okay. Once the string is what over, now string is what over. Okay. Once the string is what over, and once the string is what over, and you are in a state what Q naught, whatever the string that is what given, that is of length even. Okay. Once the string is what over, if you are in a state what Q naught, whatever the string that is what given, that is of even length. Okay, just check here, this one is of length 4. If the string is what over, and if you are in the state what q1, then this whatever the string that is what given, that is of length odd. Okay, so once the string is what over, if you are in a q1, then whatever the string that is what given is what odd. Once the string is what over, if you are in a state what q0, so whatever the string that is what given is what even. Okay, okay, if you are in a q1, odd, if you are in a q0, even. That's it, simple logic. Okay, yeah. So we are going to take two states, one is q0, another one is what q1. Okay, so we'll just take a transition from q0 to q1 and again q1 to q0. Only two transitions. Okay, so if you get a you're going to maintain that a as it is and you'll keep on moving in the right hand side. Again, if you get a b, you're going to maintain that one as it is and you'll keep on moving in the right hand side. Whether it's a or what b, we'll just take a transition toward q1. In the same way from q1 to q0. Whether it's a, we'll maintain that a as it is and we'll keep on moving in the right hand side. Whether a or a b, we'll maintain that one as it is and we'll keep on moving in the right hand side. Okay, and so within the q0, if we get a blank space, so what we will do, so just observe here q0 upon blank space, we will going to maintain that blank space as it is. Okay, we will maintain that blank space as it is and we will not move either to left hand side or right hand side. We will halt your machine. So that's the reason I have written word dash. We will go to halt that machine and we will go to take a transition to qf and we will go to accept that particular string. Why? Because that string is of length even. Okay, this one is what your Turing machine. So logic is what simple. We will just keep on moving the right hand side. Okay, once you get a blank space, we will just check this state. If it is q0, whatever the string that is given is of length even. Okay, if it is a q1, whatever the string that is given, it is of length odd. Okay, that's it. So now I will going to write a transition function. So this is a transition function for the given language. Okay, so that is w such that w is what even. The w is of even length. Okay, so delta of q0 upon a. So q0 upon a. So we are going to maintain that a as it is. So a will be what maintained as it is and we will move which side? Right hand side. Again what same thing, q1 upon what a. So q1 upon a, we are going to maintain that a as it is and we will move what which side? Right hand side. Okay, yeah. So again q1 upon b. So we will take a transition toward q0. Q1 upon b. So we will take a transition toward q0 and b will be what maintained as it is and we will move what right hand side. And finally q0 upon blank space. Within a q0, if we get a blank space and we will going to maintain that blank space as it is and we will take a transition toward qf and that string will be what accepted and we will not going to move either to left hand side or what right hand side. That is the reason I have written what dash. Okay, we will going to halt that machine and string will be what accepted. Okay, there is one more method using which we can construct a Turing machine directly by taking the help of what DFA. If the given language is what regular, so better you construct what DFA. And this one is what DFA to accept strings of length what even. Okay, I think if you know how to construct what DFA, we can write what Turing machine what directly. So just we have to make small changes. First you make a final state as what? Non-final state. Okay, and if there is what a comma b, just write a slash a comma r and b slash b comma r. If it is a comma b, just write a slash a comma r, b slash b comma r. Same way here also, a slash a comma r and b slash b comma r. So if it is a comma b, so replace that one with this representation. Why? Because we are writing Turing machine. Okay, and make a final state as what non-final state, and whichever there is a final state, for that you write what one more transition to what qf. Okay, and you write a transition blank space slash blank space comma dash. So now this will going to become your required Turing machine. So if the given language is what regular, first construct what DFA, make a final state as what non-final state. If it is a just write a slash a comma r. If it is a b, just write b slash b comma r. Okay, then from the previous final state, write what one more transition to what qf upon b slash b comma dash. Okay, so in this way you can write what directly Turing machine if you know how to construct what DFA. Then by looking into a transition diagram, you can write what a transition function. Okay. So now we are going to discuss one more concept in a Turing machine, that is variants of a Turing machine. In that we will discuss non-deterministic Turing machine as well as what multi-tape Turing machine. First we will start with the non-deterministic Turing machine. Okay. So already we solved so many problems on a deterministic Turing machine. So deterministic Turing machine means if you are in some state and if you got an input, you will going to take only one transition. Non-deterministic means you will going to have more than one transition for the same input. If you are in some state for some same input, if you have only one transition, that is what deterministic. If you are in some state upon some input, if you have more than one transition, that one is called as what non-deterministic. That one is called as what non-deterministic. Okay. So non-deterministic Turing machine, again it is defined with 7 tuples, that is q, sigma, delta, q naught, f, blank space and what tau. Okay. So q is a finite number of states, sigma is input alphabet, q naught is what start state, b slash is what blank space, and f is what a set of what final states, and tau is what tape symbol, and delta is what transition function. Whether it's a deterministic or a non-deterministic, they will find a difference only with respect to a delta. So if you are in some state, q means a set of a finite number of states, and if you find some input within a tape, either you can write a sigma or you can write what tau, tape symbol. Okay. So better you write tau, tape symbol, and you will going to take a transition to what p to the power of q, means it will take a transition to what any one of the state that will come under subset of what q. Okay. So if you are in some state and if you got some symbol, the tape symbol, you will take a transition to any one of the subset of what q. By replacing this symbol with some special symbol, then it will take a transition to either to left or what right. Okay. This is a change with respect to what your non-deterministic Turing machine. Okay. All the remaining 6 tuples are what same. Okay. Only with respect to what delta, you will find difference between deterministic and as well as what non-deterministic Turing machine. So I have written one simple example. This is with respect to a deterministic Turing machine. If you are in some state and if you got some input, you will take a transition to what some other state. So I call that one with the name qn. So initially we are in q naught. I have taken a transition towards some qn. Okay. This a will be replaced with some special symbol what x. Then it will take a move either to left hand side or toward right hand side. Okay. This is with respect to deterministic Turing machine. So suppose if you consider what non-deterministic Turing machine, if you are in some state and if you got some input, it can take more than one transitions, but that should be what finite number, and this a will be replaced with some special symbol. It depends on what the state for which it has taken the transition, and either it can be it can move to what left hand side or to what right hand side, and that is also totally depends on what state for which it has taken the transition. Okay. Yeah. This is with respect to non-deterministic Turing machine. So next type of Turing machine is multi-tape Turing machine, and again this multi-tape Turing machine is defined with 7 tuples, that is q, sigma, delta, q naught, f, blank space and what tau. So I think you know q is a set of finite number of states, sigma is input alphabet, delta is a transition function, q naught is a start state, f is a finite number of final states, b slash is a blank space, and tau is what tape symbol. So only with respect to delta you will find what difference between other Turing machine. So delta in case of multi-tape Turing machine is, so suppose if you are in a q and if you got some input where k represents a number of tapes. So since it is what multi-tape Turing machine, so you are going to have what more than one tapes, and that will be indicated by what k. Okay. If you are in some state q and if you got some input means, so you may get from what more than one tape. In that case, you are going to take a transition towards some other state. Okay, by changing the input symbol with some other special symbol in more than one tape. Okay, and taking the transition to either to left hand side or to right hand side, or sometimes will not take any move. Okay, so this is what your delta with respect to what multi-tape Turing machine. Okay, yeah, so here I have taken what a simple example, with the 3 tapes. So since we have what more than one tape, this one is called as what multi-tape Turing machine, and there will be what separate read-write head or controller for what each and every tape. Okay, for each tape there will be what separate controller, or sometimes we will call that one as what read-write head. Okay, for each tape there will be what separate read-write head. Okay, and that may be pointed toward different position. So if you observe, so in the first case your read-write head or a controller is pointing toward symbol that is there in the location number 1, whereas in the second tape it is pointing toward last location. Okay, last symbol. In the last tape it is pointing toward last but one position. Okay, so now how to write this delta? Suppose if you are in some state q0, assume state is what q0. If you get a input, so now I have to consider what all the 3 inputs. So now with respect to first tape, input is what A, and with respect to second tape, input is what B, and what about last tape? Again input is what A. So I have to take all the 3 inputs from different tapes. Okay, so now what is the transition? So it will go towards some other state. I will represent that one with Qn. Then each and every symbol must be replaced with some special symbol. So I will replace A with X, B with Y, and C with Z. Then each and every read-write head with respect to each tape must take some transition. The first one may move toward left hand side, second one may move toward right hand side, and the last one will not going to move anywhere. So that we have to indicate. So this is a way in which you have to write a transition function for your multi-tape Turing machine. Okay, so first we have to write what state, and then we have to write all the 3 inputs with respect to different tapes. Next I have to write what is the state for which it has taken the transition. Next, what are the symbols we will use with respect to each tape. Then so which side it will move, either to left hand side or to right hand side, or if it is there is no move, in that case indicate that one by what dash. Okay, so this is with respect to multi-tape Turing machine. Yeah. So next I am going to discuss about post correspondence problem. It's also called as PCP. This post correspondence problem is introduced by Emil Post in the year 1946, and it is stated as, suppose if you have 2 sequences. So I called first sequence with the name what A, that is W1, W2 up to Wn, and the second sequence with the name B. So that is X1, X2 up to what Xn. Both belongs to what on sigma, that is what our input alphabet. In such cases, we will call PCP as a solution for some value of what I, if and only if W1, W2 up to what Wn is equal to X1, X2 up to what Xn. Means if the 2 sequences are equal for some value of what I, then we will say PCP as a solution. Okay, you can take any value of what I. For that value of what I, if this 2 sequence, whatever you have taken that belongs to what sigma, if it is what equal, then we will call PCP as a solution. Otherwise, PCP does not have a solution. Okay, so I am going to explain with a simple example. So I have taken a first sequence that is 1, 0, 1, 111, 1, 0. Second sequence is 111, 1, 0, and again what 0. Now I will go with I value what 2. I will start with I value what 2. So I value with 2 in a list A is 1, 0, 111. Okay. So whereas in the list B it is what just 1, 0. So now this is what matching, but this 3 there is no match. For that I have to select what some other I value. So what I will do, I will go with I value 1. If I go with I value 1, from the list 2 it is what 111, and from the list 1 it is what just 1. Now for this 3, 1 there is a match in the list 2, but here I got extra 1. Okay, so again what I will do, I will go with the I value 1. If I take I value 1, from the list 1 I will get what 1, from the list 2 I will get what 3, 1. Okay, so now for this 3 there is a match, and for this one there is a match, and this one also there is a match. So in the list 2 I have what extra 1. So what I will do, I will go with what 3, I value what 3. These are what I values. Okay, so if I go with I value what 3, from the list 2 I will get 0, and from the list 1 I will get what 1, 0. now if you observe, for this value of what I, so your sequence W is equal to what a sequence or X, then we will say PCP as a solution. If you take some value of what I, in that case if a sequence are not equal, then you will say PCP does not have a solution. If you take some value of what I, in that case if the both the sequence are what equal, then we will say PCP as a solution.